that's all I'm gonna say about the whole Eisel situation. I've had a few people say that, oh, you have to respond to Eisel because he's hurting your reputation or whatever. I don't really have time for him. So I made this video in 2017 when Eisel started to lie about Hannah, and I recently uploaded a little clip from it yesterday. So it's from the frauds video. And as I said in the video, I didn't really have time for Eisel. And as I also said that most people could see through his lies and manipulation anyway. But believe it or not, we're now in 2019 and Eisel is still spreading the same lie. So apparently he's not going to stop until we basically destroy his credibility publicly. So I guess that's what I have to do. So let's do it. So if you follow my channel, you probably know that I linked to the Truth Crab video. And I think that is why he's bringing us up again, because I probably caused some narcissistic injury with that video. So let's see what he said.
Yes, Hannah told me it was not rape, privately.
So Eisel claims that Hannah has told him this privately, which is not true.
Yes, Hannah told the whole world it was not rape, publicly.
This situation we went through in part 5, we showed blackmail and threats from the narc, and I very clearly explained that Hannah was forced to make this public statement. Actually, what the narc wanted Hannah to say was that they had had adult consensual sex, but Hannah couldn't bring herself to do it. So she just said that she hadn't been raped. So it could, like, she just wanted it all to go away. She never wanted anyone to know about this.
And she confirmed that after the fact in correspondence with me.
So here Eisel claims that not only has Hannah said this to him privately, but she has even confirmed it to Eisel. So this is what Eisel sends in private emails to people, so that's why I need to just destroy him. Further in the comment section, he's you can really tell how he's manipulating the whole situation. So you can see here, when people report a rape case years after the event, what they said immediately after the event really matters in retrospect. So here he's making it out that he has spoken to Hannah immediately after what he calls the event, which is another lie. And I responded to this this comment, but as you can see, it's not here. So I copy pasted it on this video. I also copy pasted the comment I made on Vegan Gains thread, but he deleted that too. So here you can see I made a huge comment debunking all his lies. You can see debunked in part 5 at 2:11, debunked in part 5 at 2:20, part 5 at 40, part 5 2:35. So you can see that Eisel is not interested in the truth. He clearly has an agenda here. I debunk his lies, and he deletes my comment, and then he let his lies stand. And as I said in my reply, this is true. You see, Eisel is setting up for what is to come. So, like, this has not really, like, he's making out, as I said, he's making out that Hannah has spoken to him immediately after. And then he makes another comment where he is linking to a video where he is showing screenshots. So here he's making out that he has spoken to her immediately after, and here he's making it out that he has shown proof of this. And this is the guy who considers himself a genius, and he can't even link to his video properly. Brilliant. So I just took this last gibberish and put it here, and then I got to the right video. So here you can see that he is highlighting a part of the email, and he has cut it out so you can't see what date is sent or anything. So he's clearly manipulating the situation. And then he's highlighting, I had not accused him of rape because he hadn't raped me. This is Hannah quoting what she was forced to say publicly. This is not Hannah telling Eisel privately, which he makes it out to be. Let's look at the emails. So you can see that Eisel spammed her with emails and basically harassed her, and Hannah didn't want to talk about it. So as you can see here, I really don't want to talk about this. It's been an extremely painful experience and I hate talking about it. As pathetic as it may seem to you, It actually brings me to tears to even have to write this email. So Hannah only wrote him this email because she wanted him to stop harassing her. But you can see that he sent several emails after that, so he didn't stop. So here you can see Hannah telling. However, if you'd like to share with me your recollection of what I said on the Skype call the three of us had, I can clarify that I am certain that the issue of consent was not raised on that call. So Eisel, Hannah and I had a Skype call right after her video. And the reason we had this Skype call was because we were gonna take the narc to court, and Eisel already had a court case going. So this had like at this point there was no accusations of rape or anything yet. And Hannah says, my recollection is that you were under the impression that DR was flat out lying that there had been any sexual contact of any type, and were advising me that I could just deny it. My response was simply to say that I actually couldn't do that. See, so this is not Hannah telling Eisel that she had consensual sex. This is Hannah saying that she can't just deny it because, as we all know now, he choked and raped her. What I shared in my video was that he did not take my no for an answer and continued to press for more. That is 100% true. I did not suddenly change my mind and give him consent. I chose not to share that full story in my video for a couple of reasons. Firstly, I didn't really know how to explain what had happened. Rape is a big word, which most people think is a case of a stranger jumping out from behind a tree, and I didn't want to use that word as I knew that it would create a storm of controversy that I did not want to be a part of. So Hannah specifically didn't accuse the narc of rape because she didn't want to deal with this shitstorm that we've been dealing with for the past couple of years. You can't really have a better example of why she kept that part of the story to herself. But as we all know, the narc brought up rape himself, which, like, nothing is more telling than that. Why would he just suddenly claim that Hannah accused him of rape when she didn't? Secondly, my video was intended to defend you against the specific allegations that DR was making. The main ones being that you were a predator and messaging loads of girls to invite them back to your hotel to ask them for sex. And Hannah is also defending me because Eisel talked all kinds of shit about me. So she says, as for Michael, he has been basically my sole support through all of this. I have been in an extremely bad way. I have attempted suicide. I lost a lot of weight and been a shell of myself for the past year. It's really only been in the past few months that I've been getting back to working, eating and sleeping properly. Michael is of course emotive when it comes to this subject because he has been through it all with me. Please do not share this email with anyone, and I really would appreciate it if you could refrain from discussing me on YouTube or any other public forum. I just want to be forgotten. It has taken me a long time to even come to terms with Michael's unmasking series. I'm supportive of it simply because we cannot let DR's lies become truth for lack of a response. I am literally counting down the days until the series is finished, so we can live our lives far away from all of this. So this was sent in 2017. And in 2019, we're still dealing with it. What's so unbelievable is that Eisel is using these emails sent in June 2017 to claim that Hannah has told him that she wasn't raped. So let's go to the other email here. I think it was, yeah. So here you can see, this is the email Eisel is showing. So the part Eisel highlighted was, I had not accused him of rape because he hadn't raped me. That's what he highlights. But if you read the whole thing, that statement said that I had not accused him of rape because he hadn't raped me. This is the statement she was forced to make publicly after all the blackmail and threats from the narc. And as you can see, 2017 this was sent. And Eisel is using this to make people believe that Hannah has told him that she wasn't raped. And you can even see in Eisel's, let me show you the actual email so you can't claim that we've like written it ourselves or something. So here Eisel says, so yes, you later clarified publicly that you did have sex with him. Okay, where is this statement? I'd like Eisel to put forward this statement because this has never been said. And then he's also saying, likewise, What you said to me privately via Skype was that you did have sex with your Rider. So he's making two lies here. Yeah, he is actually debunking his own lies because he's claiming that this was said publicly, which it wasn't. All that was said was that she hadn't been raped. And we all know why she said that, because she didn't want to deal with the whole shitstorm and she just wanted to be over. But because of the narc's slanderous story, we were basically forced to come out with everything. And you can see that in Hannah's reply. That is not true. This is what she tells Eisel in this email that he's using to make people believe that Hannah has told him things that she has never told him. And Hannah further clarifies. So I made the statement in the hope that he would stop and leave me alone. What he actually did was to continue making videos and hundreds of Tumblr posts and use that statement against me. I should have said nothing, but at that early stage I wanted it to stop and made a decision without thinking what the implications would be. And as you saw in this previous email, that she was suicidal during this time, so she was kind of just desperate to make it all stop. So that's why she made this statement. She was suicidal, she was being threatened, blackmailed, and then Hannah also says, I can understand that having that Skype conversation with me and then seeing the public statement combined with the innumerable times that DR has repeated his story would give you no reason to believe it was anything but consensual. So Hannah tells Eisel that she understands that he believed that it was consensual, but she never actually said this to him. This is something Eisel has made up in his head. And that's why there's no screenshots or anything of Hannah saying it. That's why Eisel have to put her out of context, highlight certain parts of the email, cut out the date. Why he does this, I don't know. But I can only assume that it's because his ego is hurt. And Hannah continues, I think that a lot of this will be addressed in Michael's video about me too. Yeah, that has been done now. Part 5 is out. And like everything is explained in part 5. I don't understand why Eisel is continuing to making up this whole situation. As shown in my comment here, I even timestamped everything so he can go and check for himself. It's just absolutely unbelievable that I have to make these videos. But I think it's a very clear illustration of why rape victims don't come forward. Because, as I said, we're in 2019 now. Like, we've been dealing with this for years. There's another comment that someone copy-pasted. So they asked Eisel if he's gonna respond to my flip-flopper video, because I showed how Eisel was supportive and then suddenly went against us. And Eisel replies, no, neither is Don Bauer, neither is Foot Soldier. Like, why would Don Bauer and Foot Soldier respond to it? It's about you, Eisel. It's showing how you flip-flopped. It has nothing to do with Don Bauer or Foot Soldier. And then he continues to say, neither is anyone who has dealt with that guy over his years of descending into ever more abstruse self-pitying nonsense. He made enemies out of everyone who supported him or just tried to sympathize with him. Ironically, of course, the same could be said about Durenade. So he's claiming that I've made enemies with everyone, but here you can see vegan gains. Let's see in the beginning of this video. Vegan gains. Eisel, you accuse me of making rape allegations without evidence, when in fact there's plenty, yet you accuse people of being racist with absolutely no evidence. Tell me again how your penis is. How big your penis is. I haven't watched this, but apparently Eisel has made a video about his penis size. Probably have to compensate. Like, if people have to tell you how big they are probably compensating. The same way, like if they have to constantly tell you that they're a genius and so intelligent, that's probably an insecurity of theirs. You can also see that on Eisel's videos he get like 58 likes and 87 dislikes, so he gets more dislikes than likes. And if we look at my videos, 160 likes and 4 dislikes, so like he doesn't even make sense. And someone replies to Eisel, this is not the real reason you want to respond. Let's be honest now. Not to mention you are clearly far more disliked and have many more enemies in the community than NorVegan does. So he's projecting. Ironically, of course, the same could be said about Durenade. Eisel, you have more in common with Durenade than I do. And I think that when you said that I'm worse than Durenade, that you were projecting. And one last thing I just want to show here. Here you can see this is an email from Mazard. Michael, I genuinely care about 1. Hannah as a human being. This is the bullshit he's telling me while doing this, like lying about her. It's just amazing to me. So I hope I've just completely destroyed Eisel's credibility in this case, so we don't have to address this anymore. As I said in this video, I don't really have time for Eisel. He's a nobody. He's sitting alone in a room talking about how great he is and making videos about 20-year-olds and how they're ugly and talking about his penis size, and like, he's a loser, an absolute loser. And as I said in this video, most people could see through his lies and manipulation. Or just if you just think, if you just use your brain, like, why, first of all, why would Hannah make her video if it wasn't true? If she had had consensual sex, why would she make that video? It makes no sense. And then why would she make that video and then tell Eisel, someone she doesn't even know, a random 40-year-old on the internet? Like, why would she confide in him? Like, his story doesn't even make sense. Same as the narc, like, their stories don't make sense. Anyway, as Eisel have been spreading this lie since 2017, he basically gives me no choice than to having to waste my time on debunking it. So when Eisel tell me, let's see if I can find it quickly in this video, traits. And I think this is why he wants so bad to like get back at me and have been wanting to create this conflict, so he had like an excuse. You know, I'm not gonna waste my time with someone who calls me worse than a narc. That's just stupid. So Eisel called me worse than the narc. And when Eisel said that, I think he was projecting. Because in some ways what Eisel is doing to Hannah is almost worse than what the narc has done. Of course it can't really be compared, but like, this is why I said in this video that I'm certain that Eisel is a cerebral narcissist. He has no empathy whatsoever. He's intentionally taking emails out of context, hiding the date to spread a lie. So fuck you, Eisel.